stop? What if power doesn't come from controlling nations, but from controlling belief? Not armies, not territory, but ideas. So powerful, they move people across borders without ever seeing you.
Power is not given. It is taken. It moves in silence. It controls perception. Psychology of power. Master the mind. Control the game.
Part 1. The Power of Ideology. Before Osama bin Laden became one of the most globally recognized extremist figures, his influence did not begin with power. It began with belief. Because ideological power does not require physical control, it requires alignment, shared vision, shared narrative. Because when people believe in something deeply enough, they act, without direct command, without immediate reward. Because belief replaces incentive, and when belief replaces incentive, control becomes decentralized. This is the first principle: power through ideology, not imposed, adopted. Because adopted beliefs are defended, spread, reinforced by those who hold them. And that creates something unique: self-sustaining influence. Because now the system does not rely on a single point of control. It exists in many minds at once. Part 2. Decentralized power. Traditional power is centralized. It depends on structure, hierarchy, control. But ideological power operates differently. It spreads through networks, through communication, through narrative. Because narrative shapes perception, and perception shapes reality for those who accept it. This creates a system that is harder to contain because it is not fixed. It adapts, it moves, it evolves without requiring constant direction. This is the second principle: decentralization. Because decentralized systems are resilient. They do not collapse easily, because removing one part does not eliminate the whole. And that makes them powerful, but also unpredictable. Because without central control, outcomes vary, actions diverge, and unpredictability introduces risk. Part 3. Global impact and consequence. Ideological power can scale quickly. Because it is not limited by geography, it crosses borders, cultures, systems, through communication, through media, through exposure. But scale introduces consequence, because ideas do not exist in isolation. They interact with reality, and when they lead to action, they generate response: global response, political response, military response. Because actions driven by ideology can destabilize systems, and destabilization triggers counteraction. This is where power meets resistance, and resistance changes everything. Because once systems respond, the environment shifts, and what once expanded freely becomes constrained. Part 4. Limits of ideological power. Because even the most powerful ideas face limits, not in belief alone, but in sustainability. Because belief can motivate action, but it does not always sustain structure. And without structure, long-term stability is difficult. Because systems require organization, coordination, consistency, and decentralized ideology struggles with consistency. Over time, at scale, this creates fragmentation, different interpretations, different actions, different directions, and fragmentation weakens alignment. And without alignment, power diffuses. Final, the lesson. So this is not just a story about a person. It is a study of a type of power. Power built on belief, on narrative, on ideology, a form of influence that does not depend on proximity or visibility, but on adoption. Because once an idea is adopted, it no longer belongs to one person. It belongs to everyone who believes it. And that is what makes it powerful, but also what makes it unstable. Because power without structure cannot fully control its own direction, and direction defines outcome. In the end, power is not only about how far it spreads, but how well it sustains itself. And that is where ideology meets its limit.